Shalom, shalom, Yashar Allah. I want to start off first things first, giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakadash, which in the Pele Hubert tongues, created of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to you, sister brothers, living this truth, and shalom to the brothers and sisters that's listening and studying. Show yourselves approved. So check this out, Yashar Allah. Old school. Good old school sent me a clip of, the Philip Scott. This is like his secondary channel, and he has a clip that he's gonna show that, it happened kind of a minute ago, about 2018 is when this happened, but it's so relevant to this day. And we're gonna run through the spirit on what's gonna go on in this clip as you watch it. Cause Esau Edom, aka the white man, is the devil in the flesh. He's the wicked. You understand that, then you understand why the white man does the things that he does. And we're going to show a clip of Esau showing himself to be that devil, showing that he loves to oppress the children of Israel. And these devils got a whole manual on how to treat Jake at the job, which I know that to be true because I work, multiple jobs. And at my jobs, it's the same thing. It's like that. You can tell they don't like the children of Israel, especially if you know who you are and you walk into your purpose. Oh, they hate that because they want you to be a tap dancer. Now, if you're a coon or Sambo, you might get a little bit better treatment, but they still hate you. And the scriptures tell us that. So we're going to watch the clip and, we're going to run this through the scriptures to show you that Esau is the devil, aka the white man. And he's at the point where he's about to lose. So now he's going to shift gears and he's going to, he's going to try to shed the blood of the children of Israel, like very soon. Now he's on that. He knows he can't control us no more. He done lost the narrative. Everything that he got is spiraling out of control. So now he's going to go on to the straight, kill mission, which the scriptures call Jacob's trouble. And we know that's coming soon. So let's watch this clip of, this Jake and how he got treated at his job. Check it out.
There was a black gentleman that was working his job, and he experienced a lot of racism and discrimination on his job, so much so that he found a N-word manual on the job, and he had to file a lawsuit against the company, which I definitely recommend all black people file lawsuits against companies so you deal with racism. But let's roll the clip.
I was shaken when I saw that. I think that we who are not of color sometimes sit in our happy, secure places and want to believe that this kind of thing doesn't go on anymore.
Attorney Kathy Lauder-LaJour says she is disturbed by the paperwork she received from her client, DeAndre Adams. Paperwork titled The N-Word Owner's Manual.
I've never seen anything like this.
Adams has worked for the Obion County Highway Department for 7 years and says he's experienced racism in this workplace before.
A guy who was a foreman at the place one day fashioned a noose and waved it at Mr. Adams with some comment to the effect of, ain't this part of your heritage?
2 weeks ago, Adams says he was going through a file cabinet he uses on a regular basis when he found the 4-page manual. It gives instructions on how to install, configure, house, entertain, and even kill African Americans. It also has headlines like, "My N-word keeps raping white women." Adams told his attorney he complained to his supervisor, but was told not to say anything and that he would take care of it. But Adams feels like nothing was done. I called the department to get their side.
Do I just refer all questions? You guys don't have anything you want to add?
They told me they did not have anything to say, but to call their lawyer, Steve Conley. Conley told me he is looking into all of the allegations and has asked Adams for the original copy, but has not received it. He also says whoever is responsible for this will be disciplined.
Horrible what I just read.
Decarius Stevens is from Union City and says he's not surprised by the message at all. He hopes the mindset of whoever placed the papers in the cabinet changes, but he also believes there should be changes within the black community too.
I feel like it starts with us. us blacks, we gotta, when we having a conversation with each other, I feel like we have to stop using the word.
I also tried interviewing many others around Union City, but they declined, some telling me they don't condone the manual's message, but would rather not talk about it.
Now, it's just two things that I've seen in this video.
So Phil, Phil, he's about to go in on him, man. Did you hear what that Jake had to say, Yasharala? He gonna come and say, it starts first in our communities. That's them soft Jake dudes. That's why they treated him like that, because he doesn't know who he is. He don't know what he stand for. And you can just tell he's in that, I don't even know that was his wife who did a picture with him, but he has that coward pose. And Esau loved Jakes like that, because he can pose on them. Like, I wish Esau would wave a noose to me, man. I get that on film, and oh yeah, you gonna pay for that. Then he has all the firepower to take them to court, but the court system is Edomite, so it's only gonna go so far. A whole manual on how to treat Negroes on your job, to treat Jake, and I know they got that. Because you think about it, it's the same thing as the Willie Lynch letter. Go read that, Yasharala, if it's still on the internet. See what I like in the comments. I like what one of these comments, this chick right here said. She said, if a small company like that has a manual, I guarantee these Fortune 500 companies have one as well. And you right, they do. Esau's whole system runs like that. Jake got to understand that Esau will forever hate you. They know who we are. They know we have the birthright. You don't know who you are. You call yourself black. You ain't black. You a Hebrew Israelite. They said Jake, that's why Jake's so confused, and we go store no come here and talk all that. That's a dude that really ain't even fully in his manhood. Esau know that. So Esau bullies and plays with those. Why? Because he doesn't have his ID. He doesn't walk in conviction. He doesn't walk with purpose. He doesn't know who he is. Because the Edomites in my job don't treat me like that. They're scared of me, terrified of me. They kissing my butt right now, Yasharala. They give me everything I know. They're trying to butter me up because they know what's about to come. They can feel it. And we ain't gonna play no games with them. That's what they do. Phil gonna go in on them. I put it in the comment board. You can hear, Phil's talk on it. And, he lost. He don't know who he is. He still say white supremacy and black. But he got a leg up on old dude. And a lot of Jake men are like that. It's a lot of Sambo coons at my job. And check it out. This happened in 2018, right? That's why they came with that 1-9 situation. Esau was getting exposed so bad, he had to go ahead and run this game plan so that everybody would be on the 1-9 situation. Oh, man, go do this, do that, to get the heat off of Esau. Because I remember 2018, Esau was getting exposed bad, real bad. All their stuff was coming out, And it's still coming out now. Like, this dude is done. Esau's done. So let's get to the scriptures. Because, hey, Most High said it best, man. We're going to start out. I'm going to start out with the hatred. Then we're going to come back to Exodus to show you why Esau does what he does. So let's go to Ezekiel 35 and 5. And it reads, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, and the time of their iniquity had an end. Verse 6, therefore as I live, said the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Verse 7, thus would I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from him that passeth out, and him that returneth. So the Most High said, since you done shed the blood of the children of Israel, I'm going to make that blood that you shed, because we're that blood of our ancestors. We are that blood. And we about to get, we ready for some get back on Esau. So we're in pursuit of Esau. First thing we got to do is expose Esau. We got to expose the so-called white man. Then when the Lord lifts up that standard, hey, that precept going to go into play. Blood is going to pursue Esau, and we going to shed their blood, And see what I like? They started out and said that because they has had a perpetual hatred. You look up the word perpetual, it means never ended, forever. So Esau would never ever love Israelites. Never ever, treat them right. None of that, man. If it looks like that, it's only because it's appeared that because he's using them. They got their sellouts. They got their coon Sambos. Most people know it's Uncle Tom's, but really that's a Sambo and a coon, and he uses them to keep his system propped up. Because if we was all get on code and know who Esau was, his system would crash overnight. Because it's propped up by deceit. Because really we keep the system going. Not Esau. He lazy, he dumb. He profits off the back of our resources and our labor. That's why they have a system. And then they play on our ignorance of not knowing who we are to keep it going. But see, that's falling flat. Because you got a lot of us coming to the knowledge of who we are, and that's why his system is crumbling. You even got 2/3 starting to get some type of semblance man, hey, them brothers on the block is right. You are the devil in the flesh. And they gonna act accordingly. And when the 2/3 do that, it's over with. Because that's what keep Esau going, is the 2/3. When I say 2/3, I'm talking about the wicked Israelites who don't want to come back to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. So what Esau's doing, as you seen with that manual they had at that job, it was a highway, that was a construction job. And I'm pretty sure, I ain't worked construction, but I know it's racist. I know it is. Every job I worked at has had racist overtones. Like, the whole part of Babylon the Great America has that in it. So that document being found, that manual on how to treat us, it doesn't surprise me. Every job got that. We just ain't found it. This fool found it and didn't do nothing with it. Really, because he's scared. You can just tell how he talk with his head down, unsure. He put the blame back on Yasharala. For sure, he ain't got no type of nuts. That's why they probably didn't care if he found it. Like, what that nigga gonna do? He weak anyway. So let's go to Exodus. Because what Esau's doing the same thing that Pharaoh did, the Egyptians, which are Hamites, Africans, they did it first. And see, all we did, we changed hands. We went from being in bondage to the Hamites, the Africans, the Egyptians, to Edomites, the so-called white man. And he's saying the same thing that Pharaoh said. Check this out. Let's go to Exodus 1:9. I'm gonna start out at Exodus 1:8. Check this out. It says, "Now there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph." Verse 9. "And he said unto his people, Behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. We strong, Yasharala. And we mighty. And we are more. We got the birthright." We have children without even trying. We have children. So check out what Pharaoh said. Because Egypt would have been destroyed a long time ago if one for our forefather Joseph. He helped Egypt be great. And what did we get for that? The new Pharaoh came up talking about, man, forget these children of Israel. And look, it's jealousy. I like that verse had put why he was jealous of the children of Israel. Why? Because we strong. He said we are more mightier and we are more than them. We're numerous. Our seed is very fruitful. The wombs of Israel are very fruitful. You look at so-called African Americans, a lot of births. You look at so-called, your Hispanics, a lot of births. The Latino tribes of Israel. Then you look at the Native Americans, a lot of births. Easy, man. You leave us alone. Hey, we make children like it ain't no thing, man. Especially when I talk to my father. Like back in the 70s, he told me in the country, it was normal for a woman to have 11 children. That was normal. So now I see why Esau made birth control and why Esau, started abortion. Margaret Sanger started abortion. That was to cut our numbers down. That was to buy this devil time. If he didn't do those two moves, we'd overran them a long time ago. This by numbers. It's a whole book called Numbers. Now I know why it was called Numbers, because we was getting it in, Yasharala. So check it out. He said, this is what Pharaoh said. This is what that manual meant too. This is that manual right here that we just seen that clip right here in verse 10. It's Exodus 1:10. "Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when they falleth out of any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land. You hear that? And I'm going to read verse 11. It says, therefore they set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens. And they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramses. So Pharaoh said, we need to deal wisely with these people. Esau saying the same thing now. So-called white people saying the same thing. He has a manual written up. They started way back then when we first came over here by boats. The Willie Lynch letter. Go read that. Now it's morphed into letters on the job. This is how you treat your niggers. Because they know once we get in positions like management or positions of power, we outshine these devils because we're smarter. We're smarter than Edomites. We're mightier than, we work harder than Edomites. We're better than Edomites. Esau know that. He's inferior. So what he does is, I got to make a manual to keep, positions of power. And the only way we'll let certain ones rise up, they got to be, combed out and samboed out. We'll raise those up because they'll, further our enterprise. But none that got that fight in them, none that got the spirit of Yahweh Shai in them, oh no, keep them at the bottom. Keep them we can't have that, man, because then they'll teach another one. And plus, when we in our full essence, hey, it's a big difference between us and the so-called white man. Big difference. So these devils got manuals at their jobs. They basically their whole country. Police forces be called slave patrol. That's why police are gunning down a certain Jake every now and then, trying desperately to keep our numbers down. Because they can't lynch us like they used to. That's what they wanted. That's why they show they do the noose. If this is the 1800s, they the lynch dude on the job. And it had no consequences because they're the judges. They own the courthouses. It's their system. We living in the system of our enemies. And Jake needs to know that. That's the big part of waking up. So you know how to navigate yourself. You need to know that he's your enemy. And so I'm going to go get this. Let's go get this. Because the Lord told us how we should, feel about them and deal with them. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus, aka Sirach, 12 and 10. Never trust thy enemies, for like iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Verse 11. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped the looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. So that goes with the verse we read earlier in Ezekiel 35. The Most High letting us know, like, Esau's wickedness will never go away. As you wipe the glass, you be like, same old devil. Same devil back then, in the 1600s, way back then, they the same devil here in 2023. Same old devil. And what the Lord tell us do? Never trust your enemies. I see a lot of Jays get messed up on a day-to-day basis because they always want to trust Esau. They want to give Esau a chance, think Esau cool, and he snake them every single time. I laugh at them Jakes now, y'all. So I laugh at their calamity. Because I'm like, fool, you should know by now. You should know by now. I mean, what else you need to see? What else the Lord got to show you that the so-called white man hates you? Esau Edom hates you because of the birthright we were blessed with. They know who we are. They know what we about to get. They know the blessings that we got. They know how skilled we are. They know we got the flavor. They know we got the juice. He mad. So what Esau got? The system. So what he gonna do? Use the system to put burdens on you, put afflictions on you, just the same way as the Egyptians did. It's the same thing. We're going through the same thing our ancestors did when they was in Egypt. Modern day Egypt is Babylon the Great America. It's the same thing. And see what it is, the devil had to deal wisely with us. So he had to ease up off us. They can't, put us in chains and lynch us, like they used to. But it's the same system. It's an economical, social thing. They get white privilege. We don't. They get housing loans before we do. They get jobs before we do. We don't have that. We don't really have nothing. We don't have Fortune 500 companies. Esau blew up Black Wall Street. That was our economy. He blew it up. And he blew it up. So the Lord said, you ain't gonna get out of this by your economics and your businesses. Seek me. I'll get you out of this. I'm gonna get that devil up off of you. But hey, you gotta come back to me first. That's what Yahushua done said to us. And we doing it now. And that's why the devil's like, oh man. They done figured out who they are. And they're doing what they supposed to be doing. So now that's why the 1-9 situation done went down. And this devil got even more stuff he about to do. He's desperate. He about to come down with great wrath because now his L is coming. It's coming. And you can vividly see it. You know, and stuff like that lets you know, man, this devil ain't changed. He's the same old devil that he was back then. So I don't have no love for these devils, man. I'm looking forward to, you know, putting these hands on Esau. Lord willing, I'm a man of Yahushua. He gives me that spiritual power and that standard to do it. Because we are patiently waiting on that. You know, we like a crouching lion waiting to pounce on the prey. Because we have identified the problem. You know, men of the Lord. We've identified the problem. And it's you, Esau, Edom. Like, you got to be in subjection. Ain't no ifs and buts about it. Ain't no getting along, come together. Ain't no Martin Luther King, nothing. No. Esau needs to go into subjection. And only the Lord can do that. So we are sending up our sacrifices and prayers to the Lord, telling him to cast down this devil, which, hey, we're going to end off with that. Let's go to King David, because he said that. Let's end off with King David, because he said exactly what I'm about to say and echo. Because King David, he said better than I can. Let's go to King David in Psalms. Check it out. This is Psalms 82:4. Deliver the poor and needy and rid them out of the hand of the wicked. We holler for that right now. And the great thing about it, Yahshua, is the Lord is hearing us now and he's doing it. That's why Esau is so angry right now, because we slipping out of his grip. We slipping out of his hands. We about to get free. Because it said, when it said deliver the poor and needy, who's the poor and needy? Us. We ain't got no Fortune 500 companies. We don't own no banks. And we got to go to Esau of everything we need. We don't own no clothing stores. Here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, we ain't got no gas stations our people own. Grocery stores. We got one. I found that he dude fraudulent. His stuff might go under. We ain't got no Walmarts. We ain't got nothing, man. We got to go to the devil for our clothes, food. We ain't got no food processing plants owned by Jakes, Yasharallah, Israel. No. We don't own nothing. We ain't got no institutions for us. The police ain't for us. The military ain't for us. The political system ain't for us. We ain't got nothing. We poor and we needy. I don't give a dang what the sellout got. He's still under subjection too. Oprah is still under subjection. She can't do what she want to do with her money. So we are the poor and needy. And we are asking Yahushua to get us out of the hand of the wicked. Who's the wicked? Esau, Edom, a.k.a. the white man. We tired of being up under this devil, man. You got little silly 2/3 coon jakes like, we free now. We ain't up under them. Pull out your money out your pocket and tell me what man face is on it. Whose ancestors on that money? You in subjection, homie. You just don't know it. You just... They mind ain't high enough to see the big picture of it. You know, they gonna always be slaves. They just got to be done away with. You know, Isaiah 13:15. But for us that's in this truth, hey, we ready to get up out of this subjection to Esau. Because he's the devil. The devil's not some red man with a pitchfork and horns underground burning people forever. No. The so-called white man is the devil. He's the devil. And Jake need to know that so they can act accordingly. Because when you know that, you know, you're going to treat them different. You're going to look at them as a devil. I know that Esau didn't even like when you look at him as the devil. He feels naked. He feels bare. When the scripture said that Yahushua will make Esau bare. He is. In the eyes of the men of the Lord, Esau feel naked, man. Because he don't feel that. We don't have love for the devil. And he can feel that tension. He can feel it. And it's like when you in this truth, he can feel you in this truth. He just feel the presence of Yahweh Shah, and it terrifies him. Terrifies him, Yahshua. So what we gonna do, we gonna double down on being and doing the works of the Lord and being in this truth and having this faith. We gonna double down on it, baby. Because we winning. So for all you brothers and sisters listening to, you know, these wise words, following Yahweh Shah in these scriptures, hey, stay on it. We winning. We winning. This devil is scrambling. He's scared. And he's about to pull a desperation act. And that's going to kick off Jacob's trouble. And we'll get through that too, Lord willing. We're part of the whole food leg. So with that being said, I hope this is edifying. I want to say Kwam Yashar Allah, Dite Babal, and Shalom.